Hello, this is Eric Kirkus with TechVoid, and this is a review of the Samsung Galaxy S8 on Verizon. The Samsung Galaxy S8 is here and is one of the most beautiful aluminum handheld devices I've laid eyes on. The 5.8-inch Super AMOLED is as tall as it can be, yet the phone is thinner in every way compared to the previous Galaxy models. The bezels are almost non-existent as they curve around the edges on both sides of the device almost exactly like the S7 Edge. That vibrant display has a 2960 by 1440 resolution with 570 pixels per inch. At the bottom of the device, there's USB-C charging, a wonderful headphone jack, and speaker. The S8 fits perfectly in the hand, and it comes with Samsung's useful always-on display showing the time and general notifications. The device has no camera bump, with a nice flush lens on the 12-megapixel camera located between a fingerprint reader and a heart rate monitor. Our review unit was so shiny in its Arctic silver color that it could blind someone just a block away. As mentioned, the device is so shiny it makes you a prime target for a conversation at a party or a mugging in the street. For internal specs, the S8 comes with a Qualcomm Snapdragon 835, an Adreno 540 GPU, 64GB of internal storage, 4GB of memory, and a 3000 mAh battery. There's also a slot for a microSD card offering up to 256GB of internal storage. Gorilla Glass 5 is on both the front and back. As for those cameras, the rear is 16 megapixels with optical image stabilization, 8x zoom, and the ability to save in RAW file format. It's a very slick and quick shooter, and it's effortless to use. Standard shooting modes include Auto, Pro, Panorama, Selective Focus, Slow Motion, Hyperlapse, Food, yes, Food, and Virtual Shot for 360-degree photos. The 8-megapixel selfie camera is just as fun to use, offering average features, but something you might recognize, specifically from Snapchat and Facebook. That's right, animated filters. I particularly like the chef and animal filters. It's pretty good fun at parties or just with some friends. In addition, like most Samsungs, you can double tap a button to launch the camera. In this case, it's the power button on the right. A little different, but at least the feature is still there. Shooting with the S8 is a wonderful experience and honestly not much different than with the S7 Edge. Photos are crisp, vibrant, and slightly oversaturated for that nice burst of color we all long for. You can also film it in 4K at 30 FPS, which is a necessity as a flagship in 2017. The most notable change to the S8 is the removal of the tactile rectangle-shaped home button and back and multitask keys are on every Galaxy before it. Instead, Samsung included capacitive buttons. Finally, the home button works much like the iPhone 7's in that it allows you to click into it with a simulated button press. So when you press a bit harder, the phone actually vibrates, simulating that tactile click you're looking for. As for the OS, Android 7.0 Nougat is quite satisfying on here, and the app launcher just takes a quick swipe up or down on the screen. It's absolutely fantastic. The notification menu is wonderful too, especially with the addition of the blue light filter for late night use. Also, the new battery saver mode adds a bit of customization and tells you in real time how much additional longevity you gain based on settings. Of course, what's Google's latest OS without Google Assistant? Despite the inclusion of Bixby, Google Assistant is alive and well in the S8 to answer your queries and play games with you. Oh yeah, and Bixby, what about it? Samsung clearly wants to brand its own assistant like Microsoft, Google, Apple, and the rest of them. However, Bixby did not have a voice assistant during this review, so the software remained a basic Google Now ripoff. Also, the fact Samsung included a dedicated key for the tool, one you can't even reprogram without rooting, is probably one of the most offensive things about the S8. And I mean, that's pretty small. For gimmick shame, that is. The 5.8 AMOLED on the S8 is incredible, and the loudspeaker works just as well as the Galaxy before it. But check it out for yourself.
Hello, this is Eric Kirkus with TechVoid, and today we're checking out the greatest way to stop dropping your phone. It's called a pop socket, and that's my broken Samsung Galaxy S6. So what's a pop socket?
There's one other new feature I'm terribly excited about and equally terrified about, and that's the Samsung's Retina scanner software. Who needs standard fingerprinting and facial recognition biometric secure logins when Samsung can just collect from your pupils? What's astounding is how quick and accurate this is, even in low light. Samsung only needed one photo to set up my Retina scan. Secondary security is added by default, like a PIN or pattern code. Thankfully, Samsung will delete your eyes and other security options if you decide it's too invasive or you need to reset your phone. But I'm still skeptical on the future of Big Brother, as we all should be. In general, I absolutely love the Samsung Galaxy S8. It works just fine on Verizon in DC for phone calls and texting. The battery lasted a day and a half on most occasions, plus you can charge it, half of the battery in half an hour. And the smartphone photography just can't be beat. That always-on display is incredibly helpful when checking for time, missed calls, emails, and other items in meetings. As for gripes, aside from Samsung forcing Bixby on users, it's the incredibly slippery, glossy, and shininess that really is a problem. Look, it's the most beautiful phone I've ever reviewed, but that doesn't mean I can't get fingerprints on it. You'll constantly be wiping this thing down. Also, it's so slippery I'd most definitely buy a skin or case for the S8 so I wouldn't fear dropping it all the time. And as noted, the Edge features, while innovative, are still something I personally find useless. After all, I do have a home screen full of apps and shortcuts in the notification swipe down. All that said, Samsung's new Galaxy is the best phone we have ever reviewed. That's our full review of the Samsung Galaxy S8. You can pick one up for yourself through Samsung or Verizon and a plethora of other places for $624.99. This is Eric Kirkus with TechVoid. Thank you for watching.